Good morning everybody, this is Stephen House and this is Full Time Devils and this is your MUFC Daily. How is everybody doing this morning? Manchester United are through to the final of the EFL Cup after losing to Hull but going through on aggregate in the EFL semi-final second leg. A couple of things that we want to talk about this morning. First is Matteo Darmian. Now, the Sun are putting two and two together and coming up with like the square root of pi, and they're saying that Matteo Darmian is buying property in Italy, which means he's obviously going back. And right, who'd think about this? Right, he's a multi-millionaire footballer. Why wouldn't he be buying property where he lives, or where he comes from? Even reaching. The fact that he's buying somewhere in Milan, means what? Means that this is a guy that's occasionally going to be going back to Italy quite regularly because he's got international duty and all the rest of that. This is the Sun, after all. He might move to Italy, but it's not going to be because he bought a house there. Do you remember when Paul Pogba bought a house in Barcelona? Nailed on going Barcelona because of that, wasn't he? No, came to Manchester. The next one we've got is the Daily Star and others think that Goss is going to be completing his move to QPR today following a medical. There was a little bit of talk yesterday that if he manages to complete it today, he's going to be in the squad against Burton tomorrow. So that's going to escalate pretty damn quickly, isn't it? Looks like it's a set fee of around 500 grand. No idea if there's a buyback clause in there or not. You would hope so with it being so low. Hope it's not the last we've seen of Sean in a United shirt. And that's really all we've got for the transfer stuff. So I'm going to hit the comments and I'm going to see what you guys are saying in the comments. I've not really changed my opinion on yesterday's game. I thought we was largely poor. I thought the back four was kind of awful. I think we need to find someone who can replace Carrick. I'm not necessarily thinking that we need to start panic buying and going into the transfer market and dipping in there and seeing what the crack is. But I think this is where Jose not trusting the youth is an issue. I think the fact that he's not given minutes or many minutes to young players aside from Rashford means that it's going to be difficult for him to trust anyone that comes in straight away. So I think it's a weird one, and I do think it's one that might bite him on the arse a little bit. But considering he's only really Fosu Mensah, that's part of the squad that's looking to get minutes. It's going to be interesting to see how he manages to give minutes to everybody that needs him. It's a strange one, and I think that's the big thing. I thought there was an excellent point made in one of the fan cams, which was Rojo and Valencia as fullbacks, when we play the way we play, offered nothing going forward, and that might have been a real problem for us. Like you really need to use the width of the fullbacks to get in there, and they didn't offer much. And I think when you bring Valencia and eventually get Shaw back into this team, you're going to look like such a different team. Someone said, mention how good the fans was last night. Don't think it needs mentioning. Everybody knows how good Manchester United fans are, and that is how Manchester United fans travel on the road regardless. So I don't think it requires mentioning because it wasn't extraordinary. That was Manchester United fans on the road. It is what it is. I thought you bring Valencia, you bring Shaw back into that team, you have an attacking threat from fullback, and I think you got a completely different game. So there we go. Let's see what you guys are saying in the comments. Neely says Rojo is so bad at left back. Hi from India. Good morning, or possibly good afternoon over there. What do I think about Marshall? In what sense? How do I think Pogba played yesterday? Says Jack. I thought it was very ordinary yesterday. I don't think he really grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck, which he's not been doing enough anyway for me. Will I be going to Wembley? Yes, Jack, I am going to Wembley. What do I think of Variety United? Not really digging it. Who leaves? Oh, this is an interesting one. Who will be captain when Rooney leaves? That is a great question. Naturally, it's going to fall to Smalling or Carrick, but ultimately, are they really? I mean, Carrick, you're looking at maybe a season or two more, most. And is Smalling really captain material? Don't know. Is Mourinho mentally ready to play what? Chelsea at Old Trafford? That's an interesting one. Yeah, I think he probably is, yeah. We need a replacement for Carrick, we really do. Hi from Iceland, says Anton. Good morning from Iceland. Hi from Central Coast Australia. Wow, we're from everywhere. States, 3 in the morning in the States. Madness. If Shaw and Fosu don't get minutes against Wigan, it's time to ask serious questions. Is it? I don't know if it is. He's the guy that sees what's going on in training. I do wonder what Fosu Mensah needs to do to get a game. Pogba for captain. I'm not sure about that just yet. I think he might be captain one day, but yeah, probably not just yet. What would I have changed yesterday? That's a good question. Joining the game or once that the team sheet was out? Because I think that's obviously a key distinction. I think he could have done better with his substitutes. I think he probably could have done something at half-time. But there was no panic setting in. We was always winning the tie. Even if we lost the game, we was still always winning the tie. And then once we got our goal, very difficult for Hull to overcome us. So, you know, what was that one? Am I bothered about the derby being postponed? Well, no, because what can you do? We're in a final, and you know, you'll take that, won't you? Any news on Griezmann? You're not going to get any news on Griezmann now until summer. It's just going to be speculation, and anyone who pretends that they know what's going on probably just doesn't have a clue. Zlatan to be captain, someone I think just said. Ibra for captain. Again, you're giving it to another 35-year-old. Where's the 26, where's the 27-year-old that's going to take it on? De Gea for captain. I'm not sure he shows captain tendencies, to be honest. Would I say no to Pepe? I would, yeah. Martial treatment, right or not, I don't think it's right. What treatment? What treatment? I don't know how many times I'm going to say it in the last couple of days, that there is nothing wrong with what Jose's done with Martial. You need to listen to what Jose says and not what the papers are saying. Even the papers are telling you that what he actually said, but they're just putting a spin on it. There's nothing. There is absolutely nothing at all wrong with Martial and Mourinho. At all. Can I just recap the Goss news? Well, he's gone to QPR, more or less. He's having a medical today, more or less. And he'd probably be in the squad against Burton for QPR tomorrow. He's gone for about $500,000. There you go, that's just the Goss news. Mkhitaryan for captain. I honestly don't see captain material in Mkhitaryan, unfortunately, as good a player he is. Dele Alli has been linked to United. Would I get him? Where would you play him? As a number 8? I'm not sure. We need to try Blin in Carrick's position. Yes, I do agree with that one. That one would have been something different to try before the game yesterday. If you want to rotate, then you need to trust the players that are playing there. And to trust the players that are playing there, you've got to find a game that you can trust to try them there. And I think that's the problem that Mourinho faces now, because he's not played them. Oh, excuse me. Because he's not played them there, then you don't know how he can play them there. We got loads of good fan cams last night. You should definitely go and check some of those fan cams out. We have got some great ones last night, some really insightful ones, and some quite funny ones as well. So after this video is done, make sure you go and check out all the fan cams and everything else that's on YouTube. Tons of stuff coming out today, because obviously we've got a game on Sunday again, another cup game against Wigan. So make sure that you check that out, and make sure to like this if you're going to Wembley. Are you going to Wembley? Or you want to go to Wembley? Give this video a big fat thumbs up. Do I think we should sell Darmian? Not necessarily. Valencia for captain. Valencia, I don't think he communicates enough. I think he's more the strong silent type, isn't he? But yeah, his attitude wise, he's captain material. Darmian is disappointed this season. I think Varela could do a better job. I think Varela's not a bad shout. It depends how he recovers from his injury. I think he's back in training. I'm not sure he's played just yet. Would I like Rio Ferdinand as a coach? Maybe, if he's any good. Rooney captain till 40 years old and 300 goals. Rooney's got more games under his belt right now than Paul Scholes has when he retired for the first time. And he was 5 years older. So that's short, and Paul Scholes didn't have the injuries in his career that Rooney's had. So I think that tells you exactly how much football Rooney has played. And considering he started at 16 as well, this isn't a typical 31-year-old you're looking at, and I would bet my house that he doesn't play until he's 40 years old. Absolutely, definitely. When are tickets on sale for the final? United emailed me within half an hour of the game last night. Should we read the email out and see what they said? It might tell us. Dear Stephen, further to tonight's game against Hull City, United are through to the English Football League final. We meet Southampton at Wembley. There's 31,000 tickets. We're on the east side of Wembley. Tickets are priced at 100, 90, 72, 56 and 40 quid. Dear. Applications for season ticket holders start on Monday until Thursday. Ballot results will be communicated by email and SMS on the 6th. Tickets will be allocated to supporters with full cup games with 8 home credits. And then 7 and so on and so on and so on. A record show that we've got 8 and 8. Boom. There is going to be a singing section as well, and possibly a family area too. So I don't know if, I think you're going to have at least some cup credits to get that, but I would say see what happens. Anyway, that'll do for this morning. Thank you for watching. Make sure to head over to the rest of the videos on YouTube. Check out all of the fan cams and Adam's post-match review, and I'll see you in a bit. Thank you for joining us. Laters.